Hi everyone, it's Ben and Adilah. Welcome back to episode 2 of season 2.
Thank you for joining us. This episode, we have a little bit more fun and find out a little bit more about each other, and in the process, share some interesting answers and insights with you guys, our listeners. Hope you enjoy. Okay, let's kick this episode off. Today we'll be asking each other 20 questions, and we found these questions randomly on the internet and compiled them as a list and thought it'd be something interesting for us to do and share with our listeners. We'd love to hear your answers to these questions as well, so feel free to share.
Yeah, especially if you find one of the questions quite interesting and it just...
Yeah. All right, question number 1, Ben.
Oh dear.
What 3 words would you use to describe yourself? This is actually so much harder than people think it is.
It is. I'm really struggling.
How do you put your essence down to 3 words?
The first word that came to mind was techie. Can I say that? Techie?
Ooh, knowing you, I think you can. That fits your persona perfectly.
Techie. I don't know. When people say they're funny, I don't know if I'm funny or not.
We should describe each other. Should we describe each other instead?
Okay, this is the reason if there's no podcast next week.
Okay, Ben, if I had to describe you in 3 words, I think I'll stick with techie.
I gave you one.
Nice.
Aww.
I feel like, you know how you have nice people, but I feel like you're a genuinely nice person.
Aw, thank you.
And, yeah, that's all I got.
Stay tuned for number 3.
Yeah. No, techie, nice, and supportive / encouraging.
You took mine.
Supportive / encouraging, because,
Yeah.
you know, you always give me those little pep talks.
Oh, thank you. Well, I would describe you, the first one I was going to say was supportive. You're a really good listener and you know exactly what to say.
Do I?
You do. Even when you're like meeting new people, you've had no encounter with them before, you've not seen them around, you come off a certain way and it's just...
10 years in retail will do that to you, Ben.
Oh God, I don't know if I could pay that price.
It makes you or it breaks you. Okay, sorry. No, that's a good one. I feel like that was 2 things.
No,
Supportive and knowing the right things to say.
Yeah.
Oh, Joanne's put her hands up. She's got something.
You're in recording?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were just talking. Yeah, I agree with that.
Aww, that's so cute.
Aww.
Thank you. Do you have one more thing you want to add?
Maybe Joanne can have another one as well.
No, she's done. She's like, Ben, you go.
I was going to say you're really organised. You've been on top of your PhD from the start and just like juggling 2 languages, which in itself is just mind-boggling. But like you've always been organised. You've got lists of things to do. You're always proactive in thinking, what do I need to do next? What do I need to do to make the next step achievable? You've broken things down in such a logical way that
Thank you, Ben.
I think few PhD students would start their academic journey with, and I think you're just leaps and bounds ahead in that regard.
Thank you so much. I mean, I wouldn't say ahead. I still feel like there's still so much to do, but thank you.
Yeah, stop being humble.
Stop being such a... Just accept the compliment. No,
Yeah.
Thank you. That was really nice. Thanks.
Yeah, I would like to add if I'm ever studying a business, I would invite you to be my salesperson. It will be like...
Really? You would invite us to be a salespeople?
Yeah, it will be well, definitely as of to the business kind of thing. Yeah.
It's because we constantly always have really random ideas, right?
Yeah. You'd really sell the idea, I think.
Yeah.
Sell the product.
I won't share any of our ideas on the show just so our listeners don't, steal the idea.
Stay tuned.
If you've got money, if you've got capital to throw our way, we'll start something up and I'm sure it'll work out, right?
Don't drop us a comment. Send us an email. So point 2, second question rather. Would you rather have a home on the beach or in the mountains?
I mean, I think being Australians, we're so lucky being so close to the beach all the time, and the beach is so beautiful. But there's something so relaxing and peaceful thinking about being up in a mountain or a little jungle
little cabin
resort.
or something. Yeah.
Not like obviously in the wilderness or like a little, murder forest, but
You know what comes to mind? Like the little ski huts and lodges in like Switzerland,
or like a little kind of like tree house with like a
Ooh.
couple of different levels, but it's super modern and fancy. Ooh, I don't know. I don't want to answer because some days I want to be by the beach, by the water, and it's just so relaxing. And other times I'm like, just get me away. I just want to be away from everything.
definitely. Puelas dos. Can we not have both?
Yeah, let's
In-
have both.
In fact,
Could you not make up your mind either?
for me, I think it would be the beach, just because I think the weather would naturally be cooler. But the mountains, there's a certain serenity attached to being in the mountains.
I was gonna say you hate sand
Oh no, sand is okay.
and the sun
In fact, I don't like the beach. In fact, I'd
or
rather
being outside.
maybe if I was near the beach.
Yeah,
It's-
I'm thinking like a nice beach house with like massive glass windows
yeah.
overlooking the ocean and maybe an infinity pool in your backyard so you can swim in a pool in your house but overlook the ocean.
Yeah, that'd be good.
That'd be good.
I'm sold on that.
So beach.
Yeah, I think so. If I could have both, though, that'd be nice.
Holiday house, normal everyday house.
Yeah. Also, anyone got a holiday house? Just
Rent it to us.
yeah, for free.
Shameless. Question number 3, Ben. What was the last concert that you attended?
Oh my goodness.
I'm guessing pre-COVID.
Yeah, it was definitely pre-COVID. Oh my goodness, I don't even remember.
I'm not really a big concert goer because I feel like some of them are so expensive and it's not worth paying that much when I only like a song or two. Like I've got to
Yeah.
really like them to go. And I feel like it's just not worth the hassle sometimes.
Yeah, I went to one down south. It was a kind of a festival, but it was kind of combined with a week away. I remember seeing Blue Juice, Empire of the Sun. It was that kind of vibe. It was
Yeah,
very
right.
chill.
Chill vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. What year was that, would you guess?
2019?
That's
18?
not even that far. That
Yeah.
wasn't that long ago.
No, it feels like a long time.
It
feels like last year
does.
was like a decade.
Yeah, exactly. No, I know what you mean. I think for me, I think it was 2019 as well, actually.
Oh.
Mm.
Who did you see?
Troye Sivan.
Oh,
I'm a
okay.
big fan, and he's a local Perth boy, so I was like, I love his stuff. Let's go out and support him. Went with a few friends. Yeah, it was a good night.
Question 4? What's the most spontaneous thing that you've ever done?
Ooh, I wouldn't describe myself as a spontaneous person at all. Like I'm a planner. I need to know exactly what I'm doing.
I was kind of hoping you'd say that concert.
That concert? No, that was like carefully planned. What do you mean? I think there was this one time I was on holiday. I was in Penang, which is my hometown, Malaysia,
Mhm.
and we were by the beach. So it's a little island, so it's surrounded by lots of beach, like lots of water. And we were just spending a day there, just with my family. And then, you know how in Asia they do like little, like it's like touristy. So on the beach they do things like you can go horse riding, you can go jet skiing, you can go skydiving, like super random shit.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Did I tell you
yes.
this story?
Um,
So this guy just comes up to us and he's like, do you guys want to go parasailing? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
So like there's a boat and it pulls you along and you're on this massive parachute with a guide. And as the boat moves through the water, you get pulled higher and higher and higher. And it's nice because you're by the beach, but then the mountains kind of come up. So you're kind of like above it all. And it's always warm and sunny. So it was like the most beautiful, picturesque thing ever. Well, anyway, it
That sounds
started out
amazing.
really nice. So I was like, yeah, okay, I want to do that. I don't know why, because I couldn't swim at the time. And I'm really scared of heights. But I was
no.
like, yes, let's do this completely, like spontaneously. And my mum was like, are you serious? So I did that. But then I think the boat, it was so dodgy. The boat's engine got jammed,
Oh no.
like rubbish or something. And then if the boat wasn't moving, so we were just slowly falling.
Did you land
and-
in the boat? Were you okay?
Oh my God, yeah. So the guy, because you kind of go on with a guy, the guy was like saying to me, he was like, I think something's wrong. The boat stopped. We're about to fall into the water. And then at this point we had life jackets on, but I was kind of worried. He's like, don't worry, there are no sharks, but there's jellyfish. I was like, oh my God, why would you say that? I can't swim. So I was freaking out a bit. But then, yeah, it was like you plunge into the water and because you've got your life jacket on, you kind of pretty much instantly,
Like you
lift back up.
yeah.
And then they rescued us with a jet ski pretty quickly. So I got like a free jet ski ride out of it. And then they felt really bad. They were like, oh, we're so sorry. Do you want to go again? And I was like, Yeah. Yeah, let's go. Let's do it all over again.
Oh, that is amazing.
Yeah, and it was really good the second time, and yeah, it was amazing. And then when you come back down, you kind of do a little run-in on the sand, and then yeah, that's it. You're off the parachute and stuff. But yeah, it was amazing. Wind in your face and the view. It's
Sounds
beautiful.
amazing.
Yeah, would I do it again? Probably not.
Are you sure?
Yeah. What about you, Ben?
It's hard to think about that. I think the most spontaneous thing I've ever done was
This podcast episode?
this podcast episode.
Unscripted?
Unscripted, without looking ahead, and it's been a thrill ride. Maybe not
No.
as thrilling as
No,
what you described.
seriously. Surely you had something.
No, it's kind of funny. Me and my friend Josh, in 2000 and...
Hey, Josh.
Hey,
Hope you're
Josh.
listening.
You better be listening. We made this joke. We're like, okay, we both had a lot of holidays accrued, and we're like, let's go to Europe. And I thought we were joking at the time, because I think at the time we both had a few. We left the night, like, okay, that's fine. And then the following weekend, he was just like, so I've got these brochures and stuff, and I think we could do this.
Man,
How long
Josh
do you
works
think?
fast.
And I was just like, oh, this is real. Okay. And that kind of evolved. And
Guess
like,
it's happening. A whole
Yeah.
Europe trip.
that was a 5.5 week trip that they got planned within like the next 2 weeks.
Amazing.
And within that, so here's the thing. We decided while we were in Switzerland that we were going to go skydiving.
So that was pretty spontaneous as well.
That was, especially because I didn't think what skydiving actually involved, which is going to sound insane on the face of it, because, you jump out of a plane or a helicopter and you plummet towards Earth with someone attached to you who promises you a functioning parachute.
A complete stranger by no means.
Yeah, and that kind of evolved out of that. But that was probably the most spontaneous thing I've ever done. To put a story short, that would be it.
I think you showed me that video, and I think we should post it on our Instagram page when this episode goes up.
Yeah, that was...
We should share footage of you as you plummet through the icy snow caps of Switzerland.
Yeah, it was actually really beautiful. I feel sorry for the guy that was attached to me, because I think I may have said a few words,
Were you
colourful words.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it might have been at quite the volume.
You've got to, come on.
You can't hear it in the video though, so it'd be
We
social media friendly.
Okay, yeah, no, we'll definitely put that up for everyone.
Funny story though, the guy that I jumped with, he was actually from Tasmania.
No way. A good old Aussie bloke in Switzerland.
Yeah.
Small world, hey?
Question 5, Adilah. If you had a time machine, would you go back to the past or would you travel to the future?
These questions are bloody difficult. Like, I don't want to pick an answer because, let me tell you guys why.
Yes.
It would be interesting to go back to the future because, I would go to a time where, assumingly, I'm probably already dead, and it would be like maybe 100 years in the future or something.
Okay.
Because I'm so excited to see where the technology would evolve and where we would go from here, because there's already so many great things here.
That's it. Yeah.
Are they going to dig up an iPhone 100 years, 200 years from now and go, what is this medieval thing? What did people back then use this for? Or maybe even 1,000 years ago, how will the technology evolve?
Yeah.
They used to drive cars on the road? What? What is that? We fly now.
Yeah.
So that would be cool, but I'm also very interested in history. I've got like a bit of an ancient Egypt nerd. Like I love, like when I first learned about that in primary school, I was just like fixated, just the culture, the people, how advanced they were for the time they were in. And did you guys know to this day, it is still a mystery how the pyramids were built? Because apparently wheels and stuff weren't invented back then. How did they carry those massive limestone blocks all the way, like kind of thing? So maybe I would go back in time, figure out how the pyramids were built.
Watch them be built.
Watch them be built. Or maybe even, dinosaurs. Maybe dinosaurs don't really even look like what we think they look like.
Yeah, that's it. I've seen some pretty ridiculous pictures and drawings of what dinosaurs would be.
That would be cool, right?
It would be.
So to answer your question, I don't think I can answer your question.
Okay.
What about you?
I think I'd go into the future, but I think as well it depends on the intent. If you're going just purely to observe, I'd definitely go to the future because I want to see what it's like. Like, we've already made such astounding progress in like technology and health and medicine. It'd just be amazing to see where this all goes. And
so your answer would be different if you had to observe or if you had to live there?
Live, or if I could change. Like, I'd obviously go back to the past if I could change something, but if I'm just going to just observe, then I wouldn't go to the past, I'd go to the future because I'd want to see what happens. what's the next generation going to live through? What's the...
Because I guess we know quite a fair bit about the past. There are lots of documents and history is quite rich, but obviously we don't know what's going to happen after we're gone or what the future would be like.
Exactly.
It's like you go to the future and it's like the earth is burning. There's like nothing left. You're like, damn it.
I was born during the right year.
Yeah. So what was your answer? You couldn't pick one either.
I think I go to the future.
I wonder what our listeners would pick.
Drop us a comment and give us a reason why.
Yeah.
Would there be anything that would make you change your mind? Like, if I could change anything, I'd go to the past. Would that be the same for you?
What would you change though? Then it becomes a whole can of worms because of the butterfly effect. Like you change one little thing and everything changes, right?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know.
Can of worms, don't go there. Question number 6.
Yes.
What do you think is your worst quality?
I have a feeling you might agree with me. Well, at least, I don't know.
Oh my god, do we have the same one? Are you thinking what I'm thinking?
I think so. Indecisiveness.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, I feel like I'm really indecisive. I think I've improved on it, but I still think it's my worst quality. I think I also maybe judge myself too harshly. I think that's probably a number 2. Yeah, I'll keep thinking about that one.
Yeah, no,
I feel
2's
like
good.
I feel like there's more.
What are your worst qualities? It's hard because you have to really look within yourself and, say out the truth. I think you're right. I'm very indecisive. I can never know what I want. But I think I'm proud of myself that when I know I don't want something, I'll know for a fact that I don't want it.
Yeah.
I think it goes back to the fact that we're both quite chill. We're both very laid back, that we don't mind what the options are. We always kind of maybe want other people to take charge.
We're accepting of other people's decisions and wants and needs.
Yeah, because we're super easygoing.
Yeah.
I feel like we're both kind of the same. We put a lot of pressure on ourselves and I think a lot of self-doubt. And it goes back to episode 11 of season 1 when we talk about imposter syndrome, always thinking I'm not good enough to be somewhere or do something, or I'm not as good as this person that I know or that person who's the same age. And yeah, just generally trying to compare myself less to others.
Yeah, that's a good.
Question 7.
Yes. Do you think there is other life out there? And if you do, or if you don't, why?
Other life, like aliens, or?
Yeah, like on different planets.
Yeah, maybe not little green men, but we're definitely not the only planet out there in millions and millions of galaxies and stars and suns and planets. I'm sure there is some sort of life somewhere else.
Yeah, I think I'm going to agree with you there. I mean, we may not be the same carbon-based life form. I mean, they may not be the same carbon-based life form that we are. They might.
Maybe they're not carbon-based.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, or they could be, I don't know. It's like going from many movies and things, and maybe floating around in a spaceship.
Maybe they're just like super intelligent bugs and stuff. Like, I don't know. Like,
Exactly,
it doesn't have to be like Martians, like little green men, right?
Yeah.
Oh, question number 8.
Ooh, would you rather be able to see 10 minutes into your own future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself?
Oh my gosh. Would I want to be able to see 10 minutes into my own future or 10 minutes into the future of anyone but yourself? Why would I care about someone else's 10-minute future?
I feel like 10 minutes is such a short amount of time. Like,
No.
in 10 minutes, I'll tell you, well, we'll be at the end of this podcast recording, but like,
Not in 10 minutes. We're only on question 8.
we're going to move it up. No, like, even in like half an hour, I feel like
You at
maybe
any
some-
one point, you would know you'd have an idea what you'd be doing.
Exactly. I feel like for that question for 10 minutes, someone else.
What if it wasn't 10 minutes? What if it was like 10 years? Would you rather be able to see 10 years into your own future or 10 years into someone else's future but yourself?
That's still that's really difficult. I mean, there's a few things I'd want to look at for myself and for family.
But you know what
Or
they
like
say,
friends.
ignorance is bliss. Like, why would you worry about that? And like, do you know, but then you come back into your own body now and then like you forget? Or are you able to change it somehow? Or is it too late by that point?
Oh, there's too many confounding factors.
But of course it would be our own human nature to pick our own future. Why would I want to see 10 years into your future? Unless,
Excuse me?
unless we both have that power and we look into each other's futures and then tell each other.
But then we could just pick ourselves from the beginning.
That's true. Next!
Question number 9. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
I feel like everyone's thought about this at one point or another. I think I used to want to be able to read people's minds. But I feel like because of the personality type that I am, I'm like emotionally in tune with other people anyway.
You are very in tune with other people.
So I feel like I kind of already have that superpower.
Wish granted.
So if I had to pick, I think I would want to fly. Wait, do I want to fly or do I want to be invisible? Because if I want to fly, I can travel anywhere in the world. But then if I'm invisible, I can sneak on planes and trains and stuff as well. So that would still be free.
Yeah, but would you be able to sit down? And could you turn it off? Or would you be forever invisible?
I think I'm just going to pick flying then. What about you?
Fair enough. It's really tough. I thought flying as well.
Is there a better one?
There is. I immediately thought of the movie Jumper. We can just like jump to anywhere that you could see. And it would just save you the effort of having to fly anywhere, which sounds
Can I change my
really
answer?
lazy.
No, but like, you know, Superman, he flies really fast. So it would be like nothing.
But it'd be instant with jumping.
That's true.
Like the speed of light.
But then jumping was kind of scary because didn't he jump from the lake into the library and all the water came with him?
That's because he hadn't learned how to control it yet.
Okay, but I guess he could jump into bank vaults. I mean, what?
Yeah.
Where are we going there?
We solved a lot of problems there.
Yeah, no, we would. Okay, I think we would have the same answer. I want to change. I don't want to fly anymore.
No?
No.
Okay. All right.
Too exhausting. Imagine flying for like 24 hours to go somewhere on the other side of the planet.
Could we have a superpower as having a flying carpet?
Oh, that'd be nice. Because at least you could sleep.
Yeah.
Question number 10. What is your biggest pet peeve?
Oh, that's a really difficult one. I don't know if I have one.
Something you get annoyed by that other people do. It's bad that something came to me straight away.
No,
So
go for it.
I really, really absolutely hate it when people burp around me. I mean, it's basically a fart, but it comes out of your mouth.
Isn't that the preferred end?
I mean, have the decency to not do it in front of other people.
Actually, yeah.
I just feel like it sucks up all the oxygen in the room, and I'm just like, I can't deal with this. That's my biggest pet peeve. I know, it doesn't even sound that big, does it?
You know, you've actually
Have I
made me
convinced
realize.
you? Holding your fart in public. You're like, you wouldn't just fart anywhere. Why would you just burp anywhere?
Yeah. Anyway, I figured out my pet peeve. I don't know if it's my biggest, but whenever I see anyone yawn and they don't cover their mouth, I think if not biggest, it's up there. Like if I see someone yawn on public transport and they don't cover their mouth, I'm just like, could you not? I don't want to see your tonsils.
Apart from that, I think we're pretty easygoing people.
Yeah. That was a tough question.
Don't burp and yawn in front of us.
Oh, you can yawn, just cover your mouth.
You can burp, just don't do it in front of me.
Yeah.
Alrighty, finishing up the last 10 questions. Ben, what are your most used apps?
Oh, my most used apps, I have to admit, are in no particular order. Rise of Kingdoms, the mobile game, Facebook, and unfortunately, probably Outlook as well for emails,
That's so
which is
sad.
kind of sad. Banking apps.
Afterpay, your Afterpay app.
Yeah, that gets a fair amount of use. And Australia Post Tracking, which kind of goes hand in hand with the Afterpay app.
Yeah.
Apart from that, though, there's a few other apps that is this just mobile apps or is this like all inclusive?
Like anything, I guess.
Yeah, this is.
The podcast app?
Yeah. Well, that's Spotify. Spotify
that's
should
true.
be in there too. I use OneNote, Notability, Zotero.
Yeah, but okay, if you had to pick 3,
The first 3 I said. I can't remember what they are now.
please go back 20 seconds, guys. You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I think for me, it is Spotify.
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of my music and my podcasts on there.
Duolingo.
Duolingo, I have to. I use it every day pretty much. Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on Instagram a fair bit. Not really posting stuff and being vain, but I like to see what other people are doing. And I've been really into yoga these days, so I've been following a lot of yoga pages on how to get stronger and better at yoga.
Nice.
And I'm ashamed to admit it, but I'm really into TikTok.
Oh.
Not for the dance videos or the weird little things that go on. I find that it's quite educational depending on what kind of people you follow. So I follow a lot of it's going to sound so nerdy, but a lot of science, anatomy ones, a lot of learn Spanish in 1 minute, because it's only 1 minute videos, learn Spanish and Korean kind of revision, a lot of weird cooking ones. There's one of a cat cooking, which is actually really funny. Just really random stuff, which I learn something from usually.
when you put something in a video and make it fun, it's much easier to learn and get something out of. So I can totally understand that.
Yeah, and our attention span is quite short these days. I think technology has contributed a lot to that. So I think 1 minute videos are like the perfect length
Yeah.
to absorb information. And then before you know it, you've been on TikTok for 5 hours.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Question 12. So what are some of your favorite TV shows?
See, TV shows are hard, Ben, because sometimes they start off really well
Yeah.
and then, you know, a couple of the seasons will just drop and then you're kind of off the show. I'm really into Grey's Anatomy. JB Hi-Fi sent you an email.
They missed me. It's been a while.
Yeah. Grey's Anatomy, I think they're on season 17 at the moment, and I think I'm starting to get a little bit sick of it. It was really good in the beginning.
Okay.
Same with The Walking Dead.
Oh, yes.
Really into zombies and stuff, so that's fun. I can't think of anything else in particular that I'm... Oh, Killing Eve. Killing Eve is an amazing show. Well written and just intriguing characters.
Favorite TV shows, I feel like I could break that into a few categories, like shows that I really like but I put on in the background, or favorite TV shows that I like put on and sit down and really enjoy.
Oh,
So
you just reminded me
Yeah.
of the best TV show of all time.
Here we are, folks. Drum roll.
I've watched it a few times, and I've watched it a few more times since it's been on Netflix.
The suspense is killing me.
It's actually a kids show.
Is it SpongeBob?
It's actually timeless. It's Avatar, The Last Airbender.
Yeah.
You know, with Aang, the little bald monk who can
Yes.
bend air, and then he meets a group of friends, and then they have to like defeat the Fire Lord together.
Such a good show.
Such a good show, so timeless, great characters, great writing, and so many lessons to learn from each of the different episodes and characters. I could, if the whole of Netflix could be deleted and I could only save one thing, it would be, dare I
Avatar.
say it, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway, sorry, I interrupted your
it's
answer.
okay.
You had a few different categories. Go on. What are some of them? And
So if I'm just going for like background stuff, I feel like I've seen it enough times. Like you probably roll your eyes at this, but like How I Met Your Mother or like Big Bang Theory, it's just like something I can put on the background. I can tune in and out, and I'll enjoy a laugh here and there. But I can be doing something else and enjoying it. But for sitting down and enjoying, I feel like Money Heist has been pretty high up there for me. Like the storytelling, the twists, has just been the character development. I think was really good as well.
yeah, that really took off a few years ago on Netflix, right?
A few years ago, it was like last
Like
year.
a year or two ago?
Yeah. But also, I'm late to the party, but The Mandalorian and Friends is up there as well. I enjoy Friends. The Avatar, of course, is. I haven't watched the follow-up show.
Series.
Yeah,
It's not as good, but still up there.
yeah.
I can't think of any now that I have to, but I know there's probably a few more shows that I
Yeah, I'm
really
sure.
enjoy watching.
It'll come to us later. Probably like question 19. Yeah, maybe that's it for now. I think I could survive on those shows alone.
I reckon. That was a fair few.
Yeah.
Question 13. What would be your strategy for surviving a zombie apocalypse? I think I would be like one of the first few people wiped out because I'm not very fit and I'm not very bright.
No.
Well, assuming we're in Perth in WA, where it's quite quiet and we kind of live in the suburbs and
Quite spread out as well.
quite spread out, like I would probably like fortify my house, reinforce the gate. Mum's really good at stocking up on groceries, so I don't think we'd have to worry about food for a while.
So you'd stay in one spot?
I think so. I don't know. Where would you go?
Yeah, that's it. I don't know.
Unless you need food.
I don't know why, but going down south was the first thing that came to mind.
That's a good idea. I guess it's a bit more isolated, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know. It depends, like, if the outbreak starts down south as well. Like, you obviously don't want
And I'm thinking like weapon of choice. We don't have guns here.
to... it's...
And, you know, we don't just have, probably like a baseball bat or a kitchen knife, but that's probably not very effective, is it?
Yeah, close combat with a zombie, I feel like you're running some risks, and they normally travel in packs. I know we watch too many shows.
Don't lie, you've all thought about a zombie apocalypse at one point or another.
And we've all seen the meme of people surrounding their house with treadmills. It doesn't work.
It doesn't work. Never would have thought of that. Ooh, 14. Wow, we really took a bit of a turn there from question 13 to 14.
When was the last time you cried and why? I don't know if I remember the last time I cried. I remember wanting to cry on Saturday. I was just like, why am I doing this?
Breakdown.
Why am I putting myself
Yeah, I
through
feel
this?
like we shouldn't answer this question because we're the kind of people that have like a mental breakdown every week. So,
Yeah.
I honestly cannot remember. When I was little, I used to be very emotional. Like, the smallest thing would set me off and I'd
Aw.
go to my room crying. But I feel like now I just don't really care about anything enough to cry. Like, should we move on?
Yeah, let's move on. Next country you'd like to visit?
When all this is over.
For me, Japan and Canada have always been up there. I wanted to go to Japan before this COVID stuff. I wanted to go for the Rugby World Cup or the Olympics because they're in
Yeah,
the year
that would have
after
been
each other.
2020.
Yep, 2019 and 2020. Either one of those would have been really good. I would have preferred the Rugby World Cup.
I guess it
Okay.
was kind of lucky because the Olympics didn't happen.
Yeah.
No, those are good. I've never been. Oh, I have been to Japan actually. A few years ago when I went to South Korea, we flew to Japan because it was like really close. So we spent, I think it was just 3 days in Osaka.
Oh, been
But
nice.
yeah, it definitely had a lasting impact on me in those 3 days that, yeah, I do want to go back and plan a proper trip. I think I told you yesterday when we were having Sweet Treat Tuesday, I've always wanted to go to Taiwan.
Oh, yes.
Mainly because it's like the home of bubble tea, and I've been really I'm having like a big bubble tea phase,
Yeah.
and just like little Asian snacks and the night markets and just that vibe, and
Definitely.
yeah,
Taiwan is nice.
I'd love to go back to South Korea as well, but I'm torn between wanting to go back there because I loved it so much, but also going to a new place. It's hard. Just want to go everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, Taiwan would be cool.
Maybe do both. You could do like on the way.
True, they're quite close. Yeah, I've not been to Europe or America. Oh, I've been to America, but I was very young, so I'd love to go again, but not at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah.
Not right now.
Let's wait for things to settle down.
Yeah. Top 3 brands that you like. Apple.
Yeah, actually, that's seemed to become a thing. I was just thinking exclusively clothes brands, but no, tech.
Oh, really? Yeah, you could do anything.
Tech brands. Oh my god, that just opens up a can of worms. That does. Yeah, Apple is up there. It's probably
Part of that Apple ecosystem. We're like stuck. For me, Uniqlo. I love Uniqlo because they have such nice basic clothes, but the quality I find is really good. And it's cool because it's like workwear, but also everyday wear. I love Uniqlo. Sponsor me, please. Your second one?
I don't know. I just got like opened a can of worms thinking about like building PCs. I was just thinking like NVIDIA and like Corsair. I'm gonna like completely nerd out on you.
You're a techie nerd coming out.
Yeah. But in terms of clothes, I don't know, there might be a bit of a brand snob by the way it sounds, but I like Lacoste has been really good. I like the way like their shoes or their shirts fit. Even Ben Sherman, partially not because it's got my name in it, but
Yeah, that's cool. I was thinking Tesla as well because their
Yeah.
cars are just super cool.
I'll add it to the list when I can experience
Yeah.
it. Elon Musk, if you stumble across this, I'll represent.
But I'd probably be like Apple, Uniqlo, and probably a lot of clothes brands, I think, because I'm very not fussy with the clothes that I wear, but I like quality. Maybe like Adidas, probably.
I was just thinking them. They have really good socks.
Sure, just the socks.
No, other things as well. What was the first thing that came to mind?
Yeah. Oh, there's probably heaps, but that'll do for now, hey?
Yeah.
Question 17, approaching the end.
Do you have a hidden talent? Like a toilet pen.
Show me.
Is that the sort of
Do
thing
you
we're
have a
going
pen?
for?
Yeah, I want to see it.
Well, I don't know if I can do the same one that Joanne can. This pen is like, the weight is just all wrong.
Oh, wow. Don't diss my pen. No, I think I've seen Joanne do it. She does a good job.
Yeah, I don't know if I can do the same one.
We'll make her
as
drop
Joanne.
like a video tutorial. Oi, that was
Oops.
my pen.
I can twirl it like that, but I mean, we're trying to work on doing the one where you spin it around your thumb.
Oh my
like
gosh, that's so cool.
That. There you go.
Okay.
It's-
I think what I can do is that. Just like
Oh yeah. I've seen people like.
I need to work on
yeah.
moving it faster then. I don't know if this is much of a hidden talent more than a TMI or too much information, but
Oh.
my hidden talent is that I can hold my bladder for a really long period of time.
Is that a hint as to we need an interlude coming up soon?
No. I think like some days, when you're shopping and you've been shopping for a while and you drink a lot and you have lunch, or if I'm out with my mum, she'll be like, oh, like I need a toilet break. Or when you go traveling and you've been on the plane for like 5 or 6 hours and you get off and you look for the toilet.
Right.
I would never need to. Now that I've said that, this hidden power will like disappear. But
I feel like it's a good superpower to have.
I don't know. Maybe there's just something wrong with my bladder signals or something. Like they're just not stitched on right. Yeah, that's probably not really a hidden talent. But you won't be finding me queuing up for the toilet.
No. I wish I had that power sometimes. I just think like, you
Yeah,
know.
but you're an old man. So.
Oh dear.
No,
Okay.
I kid.
What do you wish you could tell yourself 10 years ago? What would you want to say to yourself 10 years from now? Buy Bitcoin. Stock up.
The cleaners have just arrived. It's the end of the day. I don't know if our listeners can hear them doing the vacuuming. So we'll try and wrap up the last 3 questions. What would I tell myself 10 years ago? That high school and studying hard and ATAR, studying all day, every day to get the perfect score does not define your worth, your intelligence, the rest of your life.
Don't put as much pressure on yourself then as...
That's exactly what I was thinking. Thanks.
Yeah.
What would I tell myself 10 years from now? I think I'd want to say not so much advice, but I would want to ask myself, hey, 10 years from now, I hope you're where you think you want it to be. I hope you're happy. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're enjoying life, but still working hard.
When I saw that question, what would you say to yourself 10 years from now? My initial thought was, or concern, I should say, is I hope that I've not done anything that would sabotage myself 10 years from now. I hope that I've set myself up for where I want to be, and I hope that I don't have too many regrets or any regrets. Yeah.
Favorite advice you've been given, received, or that you've given to people? I think you kind of just summed that up before, like don't be too hard on yourself kind of thing. Don't put the pressure on. Be kind to yourself. That's good advice.
Yeah, I think that reminds me of another one. You're exactly where you need to be right now. Question 20, last one. Would you rather have all the traffic lights you approach be green or never have to stand in line again?
So every Monday night when I go to my Korean class, me and my mum, because we go together, or we used to go together, and I kid you not, Ben, every single light we get to, that will be a yellow light. Like we would have to stop.
Oh no.
And like a 20-minute drive would take 30 minutes and it was just ridiculous. And it happened every bloody Monday night. I'm not kidding. So I think I would pick all the traffic lights I approach be green because then I would never have to stop.
I think you need to take a different way to Korea.
I don't usually have to stand in line. I mean, the lines that I don't wait in lines too often. I'm super chill. I don't mind standing in line and waiting. You know, I'm not the kind of person that gets super impatient.
Okay. I'm going to go opposite way.
I say as I want all the traffic lights to be green. Sorry. No. So you never want to have to stand in line?
Yeah, I feel like I'm okay with stopping at red lights. It pisses me off to stop at every single red light if I'm going somewhere. But
no, but like the light's not red, it's yellow. Like it turns yellow as soon as you get there.
That's
and you
fine.
have to stop.
That's fine because I feel like if I'm waiting in a line, I'd be waiting longer than I would have to wait for a light change.
You've obviously not had it happen to you every single week for the
Top
last
tip,
year
don't
or
do
so.
Korean on Monday nights.
Yeah, go home. You guys are holding me up.
No, I don't know.
It's interesting.
I'm happy to sit in my car, listen to music.
Yeah, that's true.
Have my own space, but standing in line.
But like I'm always late. It's like, no, I'm not. But
Yeah.
it's that rush to get somewhere as well. Whereas if you're in line, you know you've got time to spare kind of thing.
Yeah, but you don't know how long that line is as well.
True.
Like I've seen some ridiculously long lines.
It'd be good if you're like a shoe collector and if you have the superpower to not have to wait in line, you just get the new drop straight away.
Exactly.
You wouldn't have to queue up from like the night before or something.
Exactly. Another thing, like Apple product releases.
Oh, yeah,
Not that
true
I
that.
ever line up for that stuff.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you for answering those questions. I think some of them were really tricky and some of them we couldn't make a choice on.
Yeah, left us thinking for sure. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Stay tuned for our next episode.
See you then. Thanks for tuning in. To make sure you don't miss out on our structured rambling, follow us on social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube at So You Think You Can PhD.
You can also check out our website on Podpage and Anchor FM. Please rate and review the show, let us know your feedback, and if there's anything you'd like to hear on a future episode.
Or even just to say, hey, we'd love to hear from you.
No. Serious inquiries only, please.
Thanks again.
Bye.